So, good morning, everyone. I'll continue with our effective communication series. So, what is communication? In today's world, we are communicating with our family through WhatsApp. At workplace, we are using emails. And then we have the internet also, where we have these online platforms for open discussions, which we call social media. So, and also we have the YouTube where we are sharing the podcasts and our knowledge on that. So we are living in this world with others, and man is a social animal. So because we are social, we need to communicate with others. And we are living in this world not only for ourselves, but others too. And so often it is required that we have to speak on matters happening around our society. Not only like what is happening in our city, but also maybe far across the country. And we have all the tools also at our disposal. Like I said, the social media. And so while communicating there, we need to choose the right form of communication. And what is important is that we speak up. We need to speak for others, not only for ourselves. One example is like in Mahabharata, in the Bhagavad Yan Parva, Krishna went to Hastinapur as a messenger or a diplomat just to avoid war. He is living in Dwarka, and the war is happening or supposed to happen in Hastinapur or Kurukshetra. Now Dwarka was made such that it was surrounded by water from all sides. Krishna made Dwarka so that Jarasan couldn't attack them. And so the point is that even if the war was happening in Hastinapur or Kurukshetra, this war wouldn't have affected Dwarka as such. But yet Krishna actively took part in the war and even tried to avoid the war. And for that reason, he became a diplomat, what we say, Doot, and he went to Hastinapur. Not only that, वहाँ पे जाकर he Krishna very brilliantly, in Hindu, we have this theme of Sam Dam Bhed. So there, what did he do? Like first, कृष्णा ने धृतराज को समझाया, द साम पार्ट, कि ही उन्होंने धृतराज को समझाया कि ये जो अगर युद्ध होगा, अगर तो द इशू वाज दैट आफ्टर द 13 years of exile of Pandavas, Duryodhan refused to give the Indraprasth, which belonged to Yudhishthir in the beginning. Duryodhan refused to give Indraprasth back to Yudhishthir. So for that reason, Krishna went to Hastinapur to ask for Indraprasth. So Krishna explained to Dhritarashtra that, if you don't do this, if you don't give back Indraprasth, then a war could happen, and the Pandavas are your cousins only. मतलब तुम्हारे ही पुत्र हैं एक तरीके से, तो you should give it to them. That was Sam. And when that did not happen, then so Duryodhan refused that, and then Krishna then he gave another proposal. Krishna said कि ठीक है, at least give 5 villages, one village for each Pandu Putra. So that was Dam. But again, Duryodhan refused that also. Then further, then Krishna said, okay, he just went away from that Rajya Sabha. And then later he went to Karn, and he told Karn that you are a Kunti Putra. Now Karn was on the side of Duryodhan till now. And so Krishna applied the tactic of Bhed here, because if Karan is a Kunti Putra and Karan knows this, and if he would have joined the Pandu side, then the war would eventually not happen, because Yudhishthir would have then given the kingship to Karan, and Duryodhan also wouldn't mind giving it to Karan. So you see how Krishna used Sam Dam Bhed while he went to Hastinapur for to avoid the war. And Krishna could do all this because what we see in Bhagavad Gita from chapter 2 and shlok 56, Dukheshva anudvigna manaha, Sukheshu vigata spruhaha, Veet raga bhai krodha, Sita dhira muni ruchyate. So only a stable-minded person who is without attachment, fear, anger, he can actually do all this. Because often what happens is we get angry, we don't communicate because we think that we'll offend others, or we either communicate only when we want something. But irrespective of that, if we are a stable-minded person, we will know when to communicate, when not to communicate, and what is the wrong form of communication. And Krishna when you read Mahabharata, you will see how Krishna is an ideal role model, because whatever is written in Bhagavad Gita, that Krishna, like if you read Mahabharata, you will understand from Krishna's charitra. So another thing is that we need to communicate what we want in life to our loved ones, to our family, relatives, cousins, or even at workplace. Because what we want in life, that we can achieve only through Vani or speech. So Vani is also called a Kamdhenu guy, a wish fulfillment cow. Jordan Peterson is a psychologist from Canada. He wrote a self-help book, 12 Rules for Life. And two rules he wrote specifically on speech. One is speak the truth or at least don't lie. And the other rule is be precise in your speech. What he was trying to say was that even in your family, you need to speak up and be clear what you want. Because in that process of speaking the truth, you will come to know what you internally want for yourself. That itself is a process. So let's say, for example, you are 18 and you need to select a stream, for education. So that time you could decide ki, be precise and tell your parents what you want in life. Even in relationships, you could tell each other what you want in life. So now let's look at some ways how Bhagavad Gita tells us to effectively communicate with others. So from chapter 17 and shlok 15, अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यं सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत् स्वाध्याय अभ्यासनं चैव वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते. Spoken words which give no offense, which are truthful, pleasant, and beneficial, and the self-study of scriptures. These are said to be the penance of speech. So effective communication, what we learn from here is that it should be non-agitating, anudvegakaram, that we should not cause, through our speech, through our words, we should not cause agitation to others. We should not cause pain to others. We should not also try to impose fear in others. And it's like, just say example, if you are in a WhatsApp group or, or in a society group. So don't use words so as to, agitate others. So second is Satyam, that is truthful. Matlab, you have to speak the honest, bare facts. Example of this could be like, if suppose in a workplace, you are a team leader or a manager and your project is facing some hurdles, speak that clearly with the team, tell them, give them all the facts of what constraints you have, if there is any problem in the resources or budget. And then after that, let the team decide. Because, we humans have a way of figuring out whether the person is authentic or inauthentic. So it's better that you be authentic and say all the bare facts and give it to him. Then Priya Hitam. Priya Hitam is like obviously sweet. Like your words should be sweet, gentle, free from cruelty, sarcasm, free from sarcasm, free from slander, no gossip, no insult. I mean, just to get your work done, you should not use harsh words. Uh, Example is like, again, in the sales marketing, we sometimes use wrong words just to show the other company's products like they are not as good as our product. So that is also not the right form of speech. Or even like when during performance review, if you want to correct the person, but say it in a gentle manner so that he understands and also he agrees with you. And also speech should be beneficial, hitam. It should be beneficial or favorable for everyone, not only for you, but also for everyone, for the whole team or for the society in large. And favorable in ways of it should be mentally, spiritually, and materially favorable. I mean, example would be that if suppose you're a founder of a company or CEO, then of course you have to think of the company profits and all, but also you have to think of the individual employees also. Like currently the debate is going on that the 70 or 90 hours work week, and it is good for the company, but then what about the mental health of each employee? So that work-life balance has to be taken. Means depending on your role, some are junior, some are senior, some are corporate level executives. So we all have a sphere, and we have to think according to a sphere and decide what is right and communicate that. Swadhyaya and Abhyas. So Swadhyaya is self-study, enhancing our knowledge and also sharing that knowledge with others. It could be like, something about your domain, like if you're in automobile domain or banking domain, then you could read the history of that domain, or you could learn the new technologies coming in that domain and then share that with others. And abhyas is that we have to practice what we preach. We should follow, and we should what we are telling others, we should also practice ourselves. If we are telling others to come on time, then we should ourselves be on time. वो जैसे we say कि actions speak louder than words. So that is also a very effective part of communication. Then the next thing is like we see that we don't have to impose our views. Like we should present all the first I'll say the shloka from chapter 18, shlok number 63, that iti te, this comes ekdam at the end of the Gita, that Krishna tells Arjun, iti te jnanam akhyatam guyad guyataram maya vimarsha te dasheshena yathekshasi tatha kuru. I have explained to you this most confidential knowledge. Now deliberate on this fully and do as you wish. So what we learn from here is Krishna has explained everything patiently to Arjun. He has given everything, whatever Arjun asked, all the questions. Krishna patiently answered each of his question. He also told Arjun that, okay, you know that you should fight. But in the end, he again tells Arjun that you should think about this fully and decide what you want to do. Krishna is not enforcing his own view, and in that process, he is encouraging decision making. So that is how we should communicate when someone comes to us for help. Like even within a family, with our children, or at a workplace, the team leader can give all the sides of the situation and then let the team decide. That can only happen if you are true to your, matlab, you have said everything clearly, communicated very well. Then now let's look at the some wrong forms of communication that we see in Bhagavad Gita, just to have a contrast. So in Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 16, Daivasura Sampat Vibhag Yog, which kind of is telling you the different qualities of a good and evil qualities. So यहाँ पे from shlok 16, chapter 16 and shlok number 13, 14, 15, we see how arrogance, ego, and self-centered mindset can lead to poor communication. So let's explore how these traits manifest in the workplace and how they can be avoided. So shlok number 13, idam madhya maya labdham imam prapse manoratham idam asti idamapi me bhavishyati punardhanam. The translation of this is, I have gained this today and I will obtain this desire. I have this wealth and soon I will have more. So these egoistic people, they ignore all humility. They have no humility in them, and they think that whatever they have achieved is due to their own efforts, and they ignore other people's efforts also. They don't think anyone is equal to them, resulting in a self-centered communication. So at workplace, it could be like a leader or an employee who always talks about their own success without acknowledging other people's success, which further creates resentment among colleagues. Then from the next shlok, aso maya hata shatru hanishay chaparanapi ishwaroham aham bhogi siddhoham balvan sukhi. I have destroyed this enemy and I will defeat others too. I am the Lord. I enjoy life. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. So here again, such kind of egoistic, self-centered minded people, they think that whatever skills they have is due to their own efforts. They completely disregard that other people have helped them along the way. And because it's because of their own efforts, they deserve all the good things in life. And such kind of people, through their communication, you realize they will make each thing as a competition. Like everything is a competition for them instead of a collaboration. So this shows like aggressive and superiority driven communication. Like at workplace, it could be a boss or coworker who treats others as rivals instead of teammates. He will use statements like I am always right or I don't need anyone's help. you know The next look, Adyo Bijanavansmi, Ko Nyosti Sadrusho Maya, Yakshe Dasayami Modishya, Itya Jnana Vimohitaha. I am wealthy, I have a large family. Who else is equal to me? I will perform sacrifices, give charity, and enjoy life. Saying thus, they are deluded by ignorance. So this is more on a like society level, that these people, they possess pride and they think they are rich, and they are holding high ranks. So they declare that they have so many relatives, friends, followers, and like in today's social media, the followers thing is very big. And they also then perform big charities, big gatherings, and just to have name and fame through newspapers. But in reality, they are not seeing the real truth. They are ignorant, and it shows arrogant and boastful communication. And in today's world, like in weddings and all, we see that, okay, how many people have come, so that becomes a charcha ka vishay. So these are just some few examples we see in Bhagavad Gita where wrong form of, like, someone who's egoistic or not a well-minded person, how they will communicate. In conclusion, so our key takeaways from this is that, like, you should speak when someone asks for your help. Only when someone is asking for your help and has a receptive mind, then you should speak up. You should speak when it is required for yourself and for others too. You should communicate clearly, truthfully, and beneficially. And do not impose your views after you communicate. And Bhagavad Gita is not just a philosophical text, it is also a pragmatic text and tells us how to live in our world, in a society, for ourselves and for others. Bhagavad Gita teaches that effective communication is a reflection of inner wisdom and self discipline. By applying these principles, we can lead with wisdom and connect with others more deeply and meaningfully. Thank you.